Hey everybody, Don here, and I am back in the Yak, finally. Well, I say finally, but it's April 21st, and this is just about as early as I've ever been out in the Yak. Feels good, although I thought I was going to bring the other kayak because my physical therapist had given me the green light to go ahead and kayak, but I had said I was going to take the Falcon and not the Slayer. And last minute I changed my mind and I actually forgot a ram mount, so I'm holding this with my hand now, but I think I'm going to take the depth finder off because it doesn't seem to be working, and I'll mount this on there. I am fishing on a stretch of river. Very familiar with this river, but I've never fished this stretch. About 300 yards below me, there is a dam that I have wade fished below. About 3/4 of a mile above me, there's the big flood control dam, and you've seen me fish above that a whole bunch. This is the first time I've ever been between the dams, so this is going to be a little bit new. I want to get up near that tail race. A buddy of mine was in there with his bass boat and caught some dandy pre-spawn smallmouth. So let's get this thing organized and get to fishing. So the reason I bought this Yak today is because, number one, it's gotten pretty breezy, but number two, even though the wind is taking me upriver, when I get up near the spillway, it's going to be a pretty good current, and I wanted to be able to hold myself in the current. It's the only way to do that. I brought 4 rods today. The first thing I'm going to try is the thing that was killing them last year, and that's the Hellgrammite, the Nico Hellgrammite. Cast to some of this timber. I've got a Ned rig. I've got a jig with a Z-Man craw on it, and then I got a spinnerbait, Old Faithful. See if we get any action with the Hellgrammite. I would like to know what the water temperature is. I'm sure we're still pre-spawn because it's only April 21st. Beautiful day today. It's just about 60 degrees when I parked the truck. Nice thing about the way I have this Hellgrammite rigged up, it's fairly weedless. There we go, popped right out. Just gonna throw this for a little bit and then I'm gonna try some other stuff. Given the all the timber that's in the water, I don't really want to throw the Ned rig. If I get up closer to the dam, I might, but this Texas rigged Hellgrammite just comes out of the branches so easy once you get tangled into them. So, but I'm going to put it aside for a little bit. I'm going to try the spinnerbait. The spinnerbait used to be my go-to bait for a long time, and I gave up on it. I'm going to throw it a little bit today in this timber and see if we can get something. I got a white paddle tail fluke trailer on it. So, you know, last year I set a goal to catch 200 bass, and I made it. I caught my 200th bass actually in CJ's pond when I was out there hunting. And a few of you have asked me if I'm going to count my bass again this year, and I'm not. Oh, that was fun. You know, I set a goal, I exceeded it, I increased the goal, and I met it, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm not going to do that this year. I got a couple goals this year. I'm going to target smallmouth a lot more this year. Just because they're so fun. And so I'm going to spend more time river fishing than pond fishing. But I'm also going to target crappie and perch a lot more. Now the price of groceries going up like crazy, and price of gas is, you know, still right up there. I figured I might as well start putting some fish in the freezer, or at least in the skillet. You know, I like to eat my fish fairly fresh. So yeah, we're gonna concentrate on crappie. I put together a crappie box just recently, and the next trip out will probably be a springtime crappie trip. I also want to catch a northern pike from my kayak, and my goal is to catch a 40-incher. I would love to land a 40-inch northern pike in the kayak. So yeah, not going to count the bass, but we're going to be targeting them. But we're going to target some other species as well. Some really nice looking timber on this other shore. I'm going to get out of the shade and head over there for a little bit. I'm going to throw the hellgrammite some more. I threw the jig with the craw on it for a while. I threw the spinnerbait for a while. No action yet. Well, I'm glad I brought the pedal drive, not the paddle yak. Fighting this wind would be really tough. Alright, switching over to a paddle-tailed fluke. It's a Texas rig, lightweight at the end. Should be fairly weedless or snagless. Give me a little more action than the hellgrammite. Got kind of a shad smoke with blue flake, I think, on it. Yeah. How's it going?
Any luck?
Nah. I'm Don, by the way. Nice to meet you. All right, just met a really nice guy. His name was Peter. Running a new canoe Frontier. He'd been all the way up. He's got a trolling motor on it. Nice little outfit he's got. We yacked for a while. I forgot I had the camera on, but he said he's cool. Oh. Said he didn't have any luck. Let's pedal up the river. Want to get to that dam. You can see they're definitely pumping some water out of that spillway over to the side. To the right side, there's a big bay around the left side. That's where I want to go. So now we got some current in here, but it's not so much that it's pushing me back too hard. I'm going to try to get up relatively close to that spillway. maybe get across that current and fish that riprap on the other side. Let's see if I can get across that. It's going to move me down pretty quick. That wind is pushing me right back up the river. All this current coming down isn't enough to override the wind. Well, the first time back in the kayak for 2023, I won't call it a bust. Even though I didn't get a fish, I didn't even get a bite. But I met a really cool guy who I chatted with for a while. I explored a new section of river. I got to fish in front of the spillway, which was kind of cool. I've never done that before. And most of all, the back is feeling good. The legs are cramping up on me a little bit. I haven't done this in a long time, 6 months. And I didn't do any recumbent bike training the whole time I was going through physical therapy. So it's no surprise that my legs are cramping up a little bit. So I'm going to fight the wind. I'm going to paddle up downriver against the wind and call it a day. Happy to be back in the kayak. Happy to be making videos again too. So hopefully the next visit, the next trip will be better than this one. Thanks for coming along. See you next time. Peace.